For 8 years, Ted Ligety has been perfecting a unique style of turning.
I've been trying to work on a certain type of style and technique since 2006, really. Starting to turn earlier and finishing it later than most other guys.
Now, the reigning world champion in giant slalom is winning races by full seconds in events usually decided by mere hundredths. The most noticeable element of Ligety's style is seen in mid-turn, where his body is horizontal to the hill.
I've always been really known for having big edge angle. Even on the old skis, I was one of the guys that laid over the furthest. That's really the most I'm laid over, you know, my hips on the ground there. You can pull a tighter radius, tighter arc, so you can cut off distance, you can go cleaner throughout the turn, so that's really wide equals a faster time.
The perfect Ligety path is one constant in speed and rhythm, with little sideways sliding.
You know, before in the old skis, guys could ski with, you know, in my mind, a flawed technique and still be really fast. Whereas on the new skis, you can't really get away with that.
Earlier turns on the new skis mean Ligety can greatly reduce sliding. At this gate, Bodie Miller spends more time spraying snow than Ligety does, a sign of a slower turn.
Most of the guys would slide, you know, the top 10% of the turn, which makes it much easier to not make mistakes, but is definitely a lot slower from turn to turn. I have a really fast transition where, you know, I'm basically on my downhill ski and then starting my new turn on the other ski really quickly sometimes. I go from the apex, I'm pushing as hard as I can, and it's almost a step onto the new ski while it's still on the edge it was currently on in that turn. Before it's actually rolled from an uphill edge to the downhill edge, I'm getting on the new ski before you actually switch it. I can start pushing on the ski really early when it's, you know, working against gravity. You know, you're kind of pushing yourself down the hill in a way.
Ligety's laid-over style means he can exert great pressure on his skis, bending them at every turn. By releasing that pressure coming out of the turn, he slingshots himself toward the next gate.
I'm just pushing off that ski as hard as I can. That's really where I think of trying to finish my turn, is right at the gate, where I have enough ski bend and, you know, direction with my skis that I'll just kind of get the pop out of the skis to get across the hill. You know, in a minute 15 course in giant slalom, it's basically like running a 400. You know, you're going as fast as you can. You're pushing as hard as you can on every turn because that's how you get speed out of the turn. I'm able to make the new skis that don't turn as easily look like they turn easily.